Hi, welcome to another episode of Elevated. Here we're going to speak about the content that we have shot during the workshop at Flow LA.
Yeah, so we want to guide you through the three sort of elements of it, and that starts with the styling and the concept. Then we move on to the lighting, and then basically the execution of it and the final imagery.
So it all starts with a concept, with a styling concept. And this time I thought it would be interesting to take the movie Dune and get more like Dune inspired shoot with that. So it's in the clothing, it's in the lighting as well. And yes, let's discuss the photos that we have over here.
Yeah, so the first thing that Laurence will do once she's got the concept is, talk about the casting and obviously the outfits themselves. But when I look at it, I look at the tear sheets and I start to sort of break down the lighting in my head. So there's a few lighting setups in this one, and we're going to start by looking at this. It's much more ecom, and it's the soft light look. Talk us through this, Laurence.
Yes, so the first outfit is a jumpsuit with lots of pockets and things. So it's really got that like cargo kind of feeling, that utility look with the extra layers, and also in the shoes. And then for the lighting, we really wanted to have something that was a bit more clean, ecom, not too harsh shadows, but just a little bit of shadow here, backdrop shadow on the background. And yes.
Yeah, so what I did here was basically I took a silver medium umbrella and balsa light into it. And what we get here is we get this nice shadow coming along. I mean, it's still kind of clean all around, but essentially this shadow gives it a little bit more depth and a bit more understanding. It's not just a basic cutout, but we're getting this, separation between the model and the background, giving it a place to live,
Yes. And I think we got some beautiful close-ups here as well, where we're really focusing more also on the earrings, but I think we're moving, one more here. Yeah, exactly. So, and also it's like, I think it's nice that a model can smile sometimes too, especially in ecom. Doesn't always have to be super serious. I think if you do have more high-end photography or for high-end brands, then you have less smiling, but
yeah. So the other thing I wanted to point out here is also that we've shot these with Elevate, and Elevate has a high-end camera, and it's got a 50 megapixel camera in it. So there's a lot of detail in these shots. A lot of, if we zoom in, we can have a look at just how detailed these are. So again, it's also like paying attention to the details, the makeup, and so on. The accessories. You can see all of the light shining off the jewelry as well, and that's given by that medium silver reflector. So Elevate gives us the ability also to have the different positions. So we've got our full lengths and we've got our crops. So tell us a little bit about how you put those then together, the framings and so on.
yes. So before shooting, we're also going to think, okay, what do we need to shoot for this look? So we have different details. So we have a jumpsuit or a two-piece outfit, and then we have the shoes. So we have a few different things that we have to look out for. So beforehand, I would have to make framings into the workflow using something that would be more of like a close-up to the face, something that has more of a crop just for the top body, and then the full body, and then maybe also a detail for the shoes. So that's something that we have to think about before we even start shooting, so that once we do shoot, that we make sure that we get all of those shots in there.
Yeah. So you went ahead and you created the different motor presets so that when we flip from one to the other, you just need to hit the button and the camera will go back to that same position. So we've got consistency across the different things. Should we talk a little bit more about this second set?
Yes. So for this, we wanted to have, more of like a hard light option that could also function as maybe more of an editorial look, so that you would have the different two lighting settings with the same outfit, so that you can easily switch between the two. And that's actually a great thing about Elevate as well, is that you have the possibility to switch between these two settings. So Matt has helped me with the setup for the lights. We already looked at my mood board, and we had a bit of an idea. Okay, we probably want to work with some color gels to have this like sunset feeling in the desert going on. And then together we set this up, and we had it saved into a preset. So when I was shooting that day, I could just easily switch between the two different lighting settings and shoot in both this light setup and the other one.
Yeah, so flicking between the two light setups is just a matter of touching a different preset. So that's super great. So for this one, when I looked at the mood board, I was super inspired, and you showed me another tear sheet as well. And it was very top light. So in this one, we have the soft zoom reflector, the brand new beautiful soft zoom reflector, and that's coming in from the top right across here. And then we've got, as Laurence said, the color gels. So that's just two D2s with different color gels in front of them, and position them to make this sort of graduated look, you know. There is also a bit of a natural spill from the top light onto the bottom, but that actually gave it another extra dimension. No, it was sort of a happy accident, you know. And these things happen when you're lighting something. You somehow see something and you think, oh, okay, that works. It wasn't intentional, but let's leave it in. Other times you might have to flag it off or
Exactly.
do something else.
Yeah.
So for this one, the difference between the hard light and the soft light, you know, you can really see it here under the jawline. You get a lovely shadow, and it just adds a bit more sort of editorial crispness to it, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think what we really come to when we talk about these different light setups, the soft versus the hard, is that, you know, the hard light and the directional light seems to be more aesthetically pleasing. You know, it's a much more natural light. You know, we get the light that sort of mimics the sun, right? We have one light source on this planet, and the rest of the light is reflected. So yeah, when you see directional light, it's a much more natural look. When you have light from all sides, sort of overlit, which is very much a thing in sort of, you know, or has been in econ. Hopefully things are changing now. But if you look at anything that's shot, you know, back in the day that's overlit, it really dates quickly.
Yeah.
But sort of timeless images, you know, tend to have a very distinct light direction. So, you know, for us, what we wanted to do here is really elevate the look using the hard light. I mean, the soft light is also kind of cool, and it's one light source. But, you know, when you get to this sort of thing and adding a bit more interest, it's really great, you know. And I think you can repeat this, right? The point about using this technology and this lighting is that it's highly repeatable. You can keep, you know, this sort of thing, and you can have it in multiple bays. So if that's the look that the stylist has given, you know, for the shoot and for the brand, replicate it. Right?
Yes, I think less is more is really what we're aiming for here.
Absolutely. And then this third one here.
Yes.
Tell us about this one, because this was a bit of a happy accident.
A happy accident, indeed. We were in this beautiful location, and yes, we had this roof, and there was just a very light, I think that kind of like canvas that was covering it. So obviously the sun is coming up in LA, beautiful LA, and then all of a sudden it's super sunny. And then when we were shooting in the afternoon, I saw, one photos were getting overexposed. And it was just too much light and too much things were happening. So we decided to adapt and adjust to our surroundings. So we kept one of the lights, and everything else we just switched off and used the natural light coming in. But we were getting really cool shadows here as well from the plants. It was this beautiful plant environment. So I was even rolling in one of the plants that was basically I think it was a bin or something like that on wheels. So I rolled it in even closer so I could get really like these shadows here on the background. And then, we were shooting one of the looks actually with natural light and a little bit of flash, right?
Yeah, so what I did is I basically tried to mimic that light. I took a beauty dish, a soft light, and just sort of aimed it in the same direction that the sun was flowing in. And you can just see it just picks up the face a little bit. It adds a little bit more fill in around the neck so that you don't have like a purely intense top light. So a bit of a fill.
I think they were beautiful. I really love this one. Great photo.
Yeah.
Really it catches the light on the necklace and really has some, harsher shadows.
Yeah, and we've even got a little bit of motion blur here because our shutter speed was quite low, and model was moving around, so you get this really nice elevated feel again, and it's just it's beautiful light. We wish we could shoot in LA all the time, but
Yeah, that would be nice.
yeah. So hopefully, this gives you a little bit of an insight on how you can use hard light and soft light in the studio and flick between the two to get those looks. Make sure that you have a great concept to start with, and use a technology like Elevate for that highly repeatable way of doing things. So if you want every bay to look as beautiful as this, you can do that together with the lights from Profoto and the technology that we have here with Elevate.
Yes. Yeah, so I think that's rounding up our episode. So thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you again next time.
Okay, and in the download, we'll also include some of these images. So
yes.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Cheers.